on. You guys know I come on live every Friday at 1:30. I'm making it a thing to chitter chat, of course, and answer any questions and stuff like that. So the only question that I got this week was, how do you get clients? So I personally, believe in passive income, but I think that there are some things that not everybody can do, right? So marketing is both an art and a science. And while you can get the formulas and the tools and the templates and the swipe files and take the online course and all that type of stuff, I still think there's a certain art to being a good marketer that it's just not everybody's calling. So I also do offer like done for you one-on-one services. So I write like sales pages, I write email funnels, and things like that. So obviously people want to know, like, how do you get clients, or how do you get customers, how do you get your first client? And I say this all of the time, and I just feel like people don't believe me, but the way that I became an entrepreneur was I just started blogging for free, and my clients found me, right? So when I was blogging about building a personal brand and social media and attracting opportunities and all those things in 2012, 2013, people love the idea of building a personal brand. They didn't love the work, right? So they didn't want to do all of the things that it takes to build a personal brand. Just like right now, people love the idea of funnels, but they don't want to do the work of actually writing the funnels and scheduling the funnels and putting it in the, email marketing system and all that type of stuff. So I became a resource because people would see the things that I would do for myself, or the things that I would blog about, and be like, hey, can you do that for me? Like, I wanted to do this, but I don't have the time, or I don't have the energy, or I just don't feel like doing it. Can you do it for me? And that's how I landed my first client, right? So if I wanted to become a fitness trainer, the first thing I would do is get in shape, right? And then I'm pretty sure that people are going to start asking me questions about, well, how did you get a six pack? And how did you do this? And how did you grow your butt 17 inches in a month? And, like, people are going to naturally ask questions. So that's how you get clients, I guess. You have to be, like we say in It Works all the time, you have to be a product of your product, right? So if you are selling weave, sis, your hair needs to be laid. If you are a makeup artist, you need to be beat everywhere that you go. If you want to be a social media coach, your social media needs to be together. Like, bitch, don't have a whole bunch of memes and a whole bunch of fuckery and have 500 followers and tell me how you're going to charge me $1,000 a month to grow my social media, but your ass can't get a following bigger than elementary school. So if you feel like you've been struggling to get clients, I definitely encourage you to think about, how can I be a walking billboard for my product or service? How can I be a product of my own product? So that way people know that if I could do it for myself, I could do it for them too. How often do you think people need to stay in touch with their mailing list to keep prospects open to buying from you? I email. Marketing 101 tip. Do what works for you and your audience. You will not know what works for you and your audience until you try different things. So I've tried emailing my list every week. That shit was fuckery. I tried emailing my list twice a month. It was also fuckery. Now I email my list once per month. So if you're not in an email funnel, like getting marketing emails, I only send people, like the regular schmegular people, they get one email from me every single month. That's it. And this month I haven't even sent one out, and it's July 28th. I focus on building funnels because at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to make money, right? So once people go through the funnel and they don't necessarily want to buy, then they just get on my normal, like, everyday email list, and I'll email them once a month is the goal. If it don't get sent out, it don't get sent out. I mean, at the end of the day, it don't really make me money. So y'all could get me on this young Instagram live. Y'all could get me on Facebook. Y'all get me on Instagram, the profile, Twitter. This is the thing. I don't, like, kill myself to live by these motherfucking business rules. Like, who made these things up? Who said you have to email your list? Listen, I don't got time. I do what I want to do. literally what I want to do. A good benchmark, like I said, is to strive for once a week or once every other week, at the very least once per month, so at least you keep your list fresh. But like for me, I've just been doing this for so long, and I'm so available to my audience in so many other channels that if I don't send out a newsletter in July, nobody's gonna forget about me and be like, "Who's Emily Dela Cruz?" Right? So I feel like once you put in the work consistently and you're available to your audience, you can dictate how you put out content. Like before, when I started blogging in 2013, I used to blog 3 times a week. In 2017, I blog when a brand pays me. So I haven't blogged since I did the pistachio post probably like 3 weeks ago. And before that, when I did the QuickBooks post, like probably a month before that, or the Dropbox post, like if you go on my blog right now, the last probably like 5 to 6 posts that I've put up in 2017 are all sponsored posts. Like I said, I deliver value other places, so I'm not forced to blog or do things in a certain cadence because I just try to be available everywhere, if that makes sense. Okay, so back to Queen of the South. So let's talk about how she is fucking lit, okay? I'm obsessed with Teresa. I'm obsessed with her. I need to find who she is in real life, like who the actress is, and be like, sis, you need an award, okay? Homegirl is just breaking her leg. Like, ugh, I love her. I love her so much. Where can I catch the replays of Queen of the South? So Queen of the South, I watched on Netflix or Hulu. Probably Netflix though. And then the actual second season is on TV right now. Don't know the channel, but it's on TV right now. I know that. I'm waiting on it to hop on Netflix too. Yeah, it has to be because I saw Queen of the South and Queen Sugar. Both of them, I was all into the Queens last month. Both of them on Netflix. Like I binge watched all of them. I need to watch Insecure. My boyfriend keeps asking me like, "Have you watched the episode?" Like, sir, no, leave me alone, go away. He's more into Issa Rae than I am these days, but I'm gonna get into it. Just a reminder, Kevin to take the dry cleaner pants. Thanks, Alexa. Y'all, get you an Alexa, because she's lit. Okay, she be out here getting reminded. Kevin to take the dry Alexa, cállate. Okay, hold on. Clearly, I gotta get up. This hoe's still talking. You done? You finished or you done? Coño. Okay, this Amazon Echo is lovely until it starts echoing, and then you just be over it. Like, girl, I didn't need you to remind me 3 times. I got it the first time. Using Twitter to sell and market, working pretty good. Yeah, Twitter, I mean, different social media profiles work for different people. So Twitter was like great for me. Now I really love Instagram. Some people kill it on Periscope. Some people slay on YouTube. Some people are loving Facebook groups. So it really depends, but you have to like try different things. So I went hard on all of the channels, and it just so happened that month again, Instagram always outperformed the rest of them. So I'm like, I'm not going to spend, hours and hours on Twitter and going on Twitter chats and doing all of this when people don't buy from Twitter. So, I'll go on there and I'll like rant or I'll like share blog posts and stuff, but I don't really make it one of my main priorities because it just doesn't convert for me. Can you talk about building your social media following? I want to pitch people to my online store, Poshmark, but it's a struggle to get followers. Okay, so this is so funny because this is what I was talking about to Carrie. So her thing is grace in season. So we were talking about this yesterday, and it's like you cannot build it and think that they're gonna come, right? There's a misconception of if I take beautiful pictures, I'm gonna get followers. Not the case. There's a misconception of if I post every single day, I'm going to get followers. Like, I need to be consistent. No. You need to be valuable And you personally have to go out and find the people who need your stuff, right? So every single day I make sure to go on all of my like peers accounts. So I go on Six Figure Chicks Live, I go on my Elias's page, I'll go on by Regina's Facebook group. Like, I'll be out engaging on the web, providing value to people, and then people come and follow me and find me. Again, I also spoke for free a lot. I do podcast interviews all the time. I do website interviews all the time. So growing your following is really about, one, being visible, but it's also about being valuable. And a lot of people are so focused on the visuals that they don't focus on the visibility or on the value. And then that's why they're sitting there with these beautiful ass pictures and 300 followers. Because I could definitely point y'all to some profiles that they have gorgeous flat lays. Girl, I mean, flat lays on a 1 to 10 are on 11, and they have 3 followers. So it's not always about the pictures. But again, it's about being valuable. And how can I like put this in like a more actionable way? Okay, so I used to do Marketing Mondays, right? And even though my audience didn't necessarily love Marketing Mondays, it was something that I know that people saved, that people shared, that people tagged other people on. So people would find me based on their friends sharing a post, right, that I wrote. Or if I am, posting a lifestyle picture, I will use different hashtags from different communities. So like fashion killer or Latina bloggers or brown bloggers, something like that, where they have social media pages where they repost, right? So like, when you travel and you put travel noir or whatever and you get featured on their page, same scenario when I do like lifestyle posts. So I'll get featured on people's pages. I speak at a lot of events, so that gets me followers. I go live. People share my stuff. Like, I grow my following because I'm not worried about growing my following, right? I fuck with y'all. There's 17 of y'all on this live, and I'm gonna give you the tea if there were 700 people on this live, right? So a lot of people be like, oh, when I get X amount of followers, I'm gonna do this. Or when this happens, I'm gonna do this. And you cannot try to run your life and your business on this conditional shit, right? Oh, when I get me a man, I'm gonna lose weight. Bitch, lose the weight. Like, we don't got all day for you. Like, we just don't have all day. Oh, when I make $500 in my business, I'm gonna start blogging 3 times a week. Blog 3 times a week, and then the $500 will come, right? So I don't worry about growing my social media following. I worry about doing the work. Every day I wake up, I go on Instagram stories. I'm valuable. Every Friday I go live on Instagram. I speak at speaking engagements. Like, I just live my life, and I just help other people master marketing, and people find me, right? So I don't really necessarily have any concrete ways like, here's how you grow your following, because I think social media is really an art. You can post at certain times, or you need good pictures, and you need to storytell in your captions. Like, that's all good, well and fine, but it's like, if you haven't narrowed down your personal brand to know what value it is that you add to people, like, why are people even coming to your pages in the first place? Nobody's gonna care, right? Like, you want to push people to your online store and your Poshmark. You don't want to help your followers, and that's why you don't have any, right? So y'all know I keep it really, really, really true. If you want to use social media for the sake of just making sales, people are gonna see right through that fuckery and not fuck with you, right? So if you want to get followers, right, you have to give people something to follow. You have to give people some value that they can Lola, do you mind, like, can you back up, like, get your little legs? She says out. So yes, so you need to give them something to follow. Like, I follow people who aren't marketing experts, but I follow them because there's something about their page that I like. So for example, Mel R. White, MEL, the letter R, White, like the color. I am obsessed with her. Why? Because she posts the cutest pictures of her daughter, and she always like tells stories about like crazy things that her daughter has done. It's hysterical. Like her daughter be getting in the cage with their dog. She's a baby model, so she be over here doing her little diva thing. Like it's so cute. I don't necessarily learn anything from her profiles, but it's entertainment. Like it just gives me joy to see her daughter being 2 years old and living her best life. I keep saying that she gives Assad Khalid a run for his money. Okay, she is like literally more fabulous than him, and he was on the album cover. So you have to think about, what am I giving my audience? What is my audience here for? Like, what do they want? And give them more of that. But if you're just using Instagram like a bullhorn, right, for you to just be out here posting, buy my stuff, 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 it ain't gonna happen. She takes separate for the Team USA Network. All right, I'm catching up on the comments, y'all. Okay. Another people who are there, and then the rest will come. Yep, that is the truth, child. If you can't serve your 500 followers, you're not going to get 5,000 or 5 million. I say it all the time. If your focus is always growing your following, and your focus isn't to do the work to keep your following is not going to grow. I'm going to say that again. If your focus is always to grow your following and not to keep your following, then your following is not going to grow, right? So it really, really frustrates me. And this is not like, a shot at, what's it, Nikwa, I think it was, who asked the question. But it's just like, it frustrates me that everybody's question is always, how can I grow my social media following? Nobody ever asks me, how can I do a better job at engaging the audience that I have? How can I be a better, XYZ for the people that I have right now, right? Like I coach, like in my coaching program, I have 33 women, right? What I ask my coach is, how can I be a better leader to the 33 women in my group? For my It Works team, I have 150 women on my It Works team. The same question that I ask my mentor, Ronnie, is, how can I be a better leader for my team right now? I'm not worried about getting new distributors. I'm not worried about getting new people in my coaching program. Why? Because if I serve the people that I have now well, they're going to tell other people, and my group coaching program is going to grow. But if all I do is focus on getting more people and getting more people and getting more people, I'm going to neglect the people that I have, and I'm never going to grow my following, right? So it's more important for you to serve the fuck out of the audience that you have than worry about getting more people, because more people doesn't equal more money. There are people on Instagram with 358 followers making 6 fucking figures. I know them because they're my clients, right? There are people in the world, executives, business owners, bosses, that don't have a social media presence, and they're still getting to the coin in real life, because we want to be like acting like the internet is the end all be all. Like, get your coins in real life, right? So the biggest piece of advice is, if you want to grow anything, you have to focus on what you currently have. When I was blogging and 35 people used to read my blog per month, I still blogged like 3 million people were reading it. I still blogged 3 times a week, right? But you want to discredit the work that you do or half-ass something because nobody, in your opinion, is watching or listening. But you're not giving them anything to watch or listen for. So it's just kind of like a catch-22, right? Like, you don't want to put in effort because you don't have an audience. But you don't have an audience because you don't put in the effort. So it's just kind of like, you're going to be in this vicious cycle of stuck in bullshit, right? And if you think about all of the most amazing people who popped off because they kept doing the work when nobody was watching. Issa Rae got on YouTube, did her series of The Awkward Black Girl for an eternity before she got on HBO. But if she would have done the first 2 episodes and be like, oh, well, only 40 people watched it, so maybe this isn't for me, she wouldn't be on her second season, right? If Eric Thomas didn't go and put hundreds of free YouTube videos with motivational speeches up and eventually got booked to speak, he wouldn't be getting paid 50 racks or $100,000 for a speaking engagement, right? But we put up one blog post, we put up one video, and we didn't make it to the cover of BuzzFeed, and our life is over. Like, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, I started blogging because I loved personal branding. I didn't care if people read my blog or not. I wanted to put the information out there because it was gratifying to me. But now people want awards for showing up, and people want to be celebrated for doing things that they should have done. Like, it's kind of like my mom will always say, like, when I would come home, and the reason why I'm so, like, cut and dry and straight to the point is because that's how my mom was. Like, I would come home with, like, a A+, and my mom would be like, okay, bitch, you want a cookie? Like, congratulations. That's what you should have done. Like, you should have got an A. Like, I'm not about to take you out for ice cream because you got an A, because that's what you were supposed to do, right? So I'm not out here, throwing myself a pity party because I don't have 50 million followers or because 10 million people don't read my blog, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, which is delivering the information. Like, walking in your purpose should not be contingent on your audience. Walking in your purpose should not be contingent on your audience. Like, I'm not going to start walking in my purpose because I have 10 followers on Instagram. Like, I'm going to keep walking. Right? Eventually, people will join you on the journey, but people always stop before their breakthrough because they need all of this extra validation. And the validation will come eventually, but it's not going to come in a month or 2 months or 3 weeks or 5 minutes. It's not. Like, I had I had almost a $10,000 month this month between, like, It Works and everything that I do. And it took me a long time to get here, right? Like, I blog 3 times a week for free, right? Spoke at events every single month for free for like 3 years. And then I played games and I worked in corporate America and I focused on climbing the career ladder, whatever. But it took me a while to get here. I didn't just wake up popping. I had 5,000 followers on Instagram a couple of months ago. Like, it's not an overnight success, but we feel like because we're not doing it fast enough or because we're not doing it at the rate that other people are doing it, the world is going to fail. Like, Courtney Brand, who was just on here, Green Eyes Gold Soul, she started blogging like 18 months ago, like last January, okay? January, 2016? And she has like 30,000 followers on social media. Like, her blog is amazing. I mean, the girl's killing it, right? But I'm not sitting here like, well, I've been blogging for 7 years and I only have 13,000 followers. Like, what's for you is for you, sis. Like, I'm not going to feel less than because somebody who came in the game later than me has achieved more, right? Or has gotten more followers, right? Because at the end of the day, I still pay my bills. She still pays her bills. And hey, maybe she just did it better than me. And that's that. Maybe she just happened to blog more interesting. Maybe she happened to be more consistent. Maybe her pictures were better. I don't know. That's not my business. I'm going to walk in my walk and do me until I get where I need to go. But y'all so worried about everybody else's destination and everybody else's lane that you swerving up out of your own. I ain't got time. I do not have time. So that's my whole speech on growing your social media following. It's do the work and be valuable and be popping and be a lituation for the people that you have in your home, right? In your tribe, and your tribe will grow. Yeah, you get the tea. That's why I'm here. If you don't have a lot of subscribers, should you stick to MailChimp or go ahead to ConvertKit and save the hassle? Listen, go with what you can afford. If you cannot afford to pay ConvertKit $29 or $49 per month, then don't do it, right? Go with MailChimp. If you can, just go straight to ConvertKit. And ConvertKit in the Facebook group, Carrie, I put the link. They're doing a special free 30-day trial. So you could try it and see if you like it. But I love ConvertKit. I think it's a much better system than Autopilot and Constant Contact and a lot of these raggedy email providers. I just feel like the experience on ConvertKit is just simple. It's just that I just go in there, I type my emails, I put my words, and I go. MailChimp be just doing too much sometimes. So, and I don't like the fact that MailChimp emails also end up in the promotions tab on Gmail. Like, it's very newsletter-y. I like that ConvertKit looks and delivers like a regular email. So if you got the coins, girl, just go for it. Like, you'll just grow into it. You feel me? Brittany, any tips on stock photos? So I steal all my stock photos from Pinterest. I do not care, girl. If they sue me, they sue me, but I don't got time to be on these stock photography websites trying to find the right picture. So if I personally don't take them, so like on my blog, half of my pictures are pictures that I've taken, and then half of my pictures are like stock photos that I just got on Pinterest. And I literally be out here like rose gold home decor, and I go, where you going?
The gym.
What gym?
Girl,
What gym?
LA Fitness.
LA Fitness. I didn't say you could go to the gym.
Goodbye. Talk to you people.
Wow, that's petty. The cleaners, the pants to the cleaners. Folks be out here going to the gym like first they doing French Montana videos, and now they want to get buff. Interesting.
Are you done?
Are you finished or are you done? Can you bring me a snack?
Perfect.
Thank you. I love you. Bye. Okay, just reading y'all comments. Girl, yes, people really be wanting awards for breathing. Like, bitches be coming out their mom's vagina. Like, yes, I've made it. Like, sis, we haven't even cut the umbilical cord yet. Sit down. I'm stuck in a cycle of all of his speeches. Such a good share. Yeah, oh my gosh, I love Eric Thomas. First of all, I keep saying he's my boo, but he is. I'm obsessed with him. I know he has a wife and whatever, but we could be together. I really high key want to meet him and like for him to like take me under his wing. I just love him so much. Say that again for the people in the back. The Globe Challenge is the truth. I haven't been able to read today's because I don't want it to be over. Aw, Vanessa. Yeah, I wrote the Globe Challenge for that reason. Like, because everybody's mindset is fucked up in business. And it's like, if you don't have your brain together, the business part is just not going to function. So I did 5 emails because I felt like giving you that hard-hitting, like, wake-up call every single day for, like, 14 days or 30 days was just going to be too much. Like, I feel like people was going to be depressed after it. So I did it 5 days, but I'm actually in the process of writing another book that's focused on, like, mindset and stuff. So don't worry, girl. There's more coming. There's more coming. Congratulations. That's awesome. You pay your dues. Yes. Hey, hey, Mia Boo. Are you coming to Atlanta soon? Yeah, I saw it in the Facebook. Thank you. Yeah. Carrie, definitely try it out. I mean, try out the free trial for 30 days. There is no credit card required. So you can see if you like it, if you find it easier than MailChimp. And if you like it, stay with it. That's what I did. I tried it and I just loved it. I felt it was so easy. So I just stayed with it.
Where are your keys at?
You don't live here.
Where are your keys at, girl?
I don't know. Do you mind? Do you mind? Let's yeah. Jesus Christ. Say hi, Lola. Trying to come in November for Workplace Slay. Oh yay! I'll be there. I'll be at Workplace Slay. It's gonna be so fun. I went last year and it was a really, really fun time. Excuse me. Anybody want this dog? Boston Terrier, 5 years old. I'm selling her for $10. She travels. Anyone? Oh, now you don't want to get sold, huh, Lola? That's what I thought, bitch. She's so cute. Just gonna pet her. um, but yeah, y'all. Yeah, that is the end. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like social media wise. I don't got it. All the social media tips that I got, I put into my squad goals challenge, and they still hold true 2 years later. I don't really got much for you, really, in real life. Um, yeah, no. Mm. Just focus on winning, and you'll win. Like I said in my glow up challenge, winners focus on winning more than they focus on structure, right? So I feel like a lot of people are always chasing answers instead of doing the work, right? So somebody will spend 6 weeks Googling, reading articles, harassing people to pick their brain, getting on master classes, getting on coaching calls, doing all of this shit, instead of just taking those 6 weeks to try different things and see if they work, right? So when I launch my business and when I launch products and services, I don't ask for people's opinion. I don't send it around to 1,600 people and ask them. I don't ask people when I should send on my email list. I don't ask people what I should post on social media. I don't ask people what I should say in my emails. I don't ask people. I figure it out. And after I've tried to figure it out for a long time, right, then is when I go and seek assistance. So I'll give you an example. I, Emily Dela Cruz, am not, have not, will not ever be an expert on social media advertisement, right? I've tried, right? What did I do? I've tried on multiple occasions to figure out Facebook advertisements for my business on my own. So I spent not a lot of money, probably like maybe $500 over the last like 2 years or so trying to figure out Facebook ads, right? I tried video, I tried free challenges, I tried blog, I tried it all. Still failure. In my opinion, still failure. Like I cannot be like the 6-figure chick who has like a 18-cent click through. It's just something I'm not good at, right? So now I feel comfortable enough to go pay somebody, right? Whatever it is per month to do it for me, because I know that I'm not throwing my money away because I was a lazy bitch. I know that I'm paying for something that I truly need because I have tried to figure it out on my own and I didn't, right? So when people come to me and they want coaching or, they want to do a one-on-one, it's like, okay, well, what have you already tried that did not work? So that then we can go from there. Because if you haven't tried anything, then I really can't give you a starting point, right? If you haven't at least gone out there and put something up or try to sell something or try to, go live or whatever it was, it's hard to fix what doesn't exist, right? It's hard to give you advice on something that's abstract, right? I can't help you level up if you're not even in the building to get on the elevator. Like you still on the bus in the street. So I cannot help you level up if you don't get your ass off of the struggle bus, do some of the legwork to get to the elevator to level up in the first place. So my, not philosophy, but my belief is that coaches are stealing your money. Okay? We are all drinking the coach Kool-Aid. And while I'm a coach and I love my girls in group coaching, I feel like the girls that are in my group coaching are women who have been following me for years and have been trying to do it themselves, and they just need a little bit more accountability and just a little bit more like structure, right? But they try to do something. So I can go in and say, hey, I see that you've been doing something this way for a while. Let's try to do this instead. Or, hey, I see that your website is up. Let's do this. But the people who are like, girl, should I use Squarespace or WordPress? Girl, like, what color should my logo be? Like, sis, In order to be successful in any area of life, you need to become self-sufficient, okay? And trust your own instincts. Okay, I cannot tell you what color your logo should be. I cannot tell you what your email needs to say. I cannot tell you what to post on social media. You need to figure that out for yourself, because you are you and I am me. So coaches can give you systems and they can tell you what to do, but we really cannot tell you the how, because the how is dependent on way too many variables. Way too many, right? I can tell you, like I've said this before on other lives, I can tell you going live, every time that I go live, I get a sale, right? Every time that I go live, somebody buys one of my products or services because I went off on live, right? So I can tell you, go live every Friday for your audience. Go live once a week. But if you do not have the swag, the juice, and the sauce, you're going to be wasting your time on live, because you're not going to get the results that I get, because you're not me, right? I can tell you, post consistently. But if your blog posts are not valuable and you haven't figured out the problem that you solve for your audience, blogging 10 times a day is not going to get you more readers. It's not going to get you more followers. You could have motherfucking, I don't know, the best photographer in the world. I don't have one at the top of my head right now, but you could have the best photographer in the world take your pictures. But if you do not know how to put an outfit together, sis, the lighting is not going to save you from your bad style. It's not, right? So while yes, coaches and courses and all of these people can tell you what to do, you'll never be satisfied, or you'll never get the results that you want if you don't learn to take what we give you as coaches and what we give you as consultants and apply it with your own sauce and swag, right? I email my clients done for you email funnels, done for you sales pages, done for you marketing plans, but that is just words, black words on white paper. What's going to bring that marketing plan to life is the person and how they implement it, right? So instead of spending time and energy trying to figure out what exactly is going to work, just try something. Just try something. You want all the answers before you even sit down and open the book. Like, it's like going to class on the first day of school and wanting to know what's going to be on the final exam. It's like, bitch, we have not even gotten to chapter 1 in the textbook, and you want to know what's going to be on the final exam, and you want all the answers in a study sheet? Bitch, if you don't do this motherfucking classwork and homework, I don't got time. I don't got time. You over here, how can I get an MBA? You don't got a GED. It don't make sense. I was stuck in GED land for years. So again, now I could go to my coach and be like, hey coach, so I've tried this and this didn't work. I've done this and this didn't work. Like, hey, I've tried Facebook groups. That shit does not work for me. I don't fucking like Facebook groups. I'm not doing them. Nah, I'm not. I have a Facebook group for my group coaching. Everybody and their mother, I've seen like 65 fucking Facebook ads and Instagram ads about how like Facebook groups are the new email funnel. Bitch, it ain't for Emily Dela Cruz. You just need to focus on what's gonna work for you. Try different things and then figure it out, sis. Like, figure it out. Your life is like a recipe, right? Like, you can read a recipe out of a recipe book, but if some 50-year-old white lady wrote the recipe, we know that there's no seasoning and there's no salt in that bitch. So you gotta, spice it up for it to be to your liking. It's the same thing with business. Like, yeah, I'll give you the recipe. You need to figure out your seasonings. You need to figure out your portions. You need to figure out what you're gonna do. You need to whip your own work. Like, you want the recipe. You want somebody to come to your house with the groceries. You want somebody to chop the vegetables. You want people to make the vegetables. Bitch, you want to get spoon fed. Like, you want the grapes to be put in your motherfucking mouth. Like, we can't do it all for you, right? So let's get with the program and understand that business is all about being self-sufficient and taking the recipes that we're given and applying them with our own swag, tender love and care and effort. And that's my spiel. Instagram is counting me down. I have 33 seconds, so I'm out this motherfucker. There will be a replay. If y'all need any questions, y'all have comments or concerns, please drop a comment on my last post so we can continue the chitter chatter over there. Love y'all.